Good evening, everyone. I'm Eva Garza DeWalsh, Chair of the Board. Thank you for joining us today. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Excuse me, calling the meeting to order. Could we start with the invocation, please? Chaplain Angelia Russ Collins, who's on Zoom.
Let us pray. Father God, we come humbly before your throne of grace on today, O God, thanking you for another day in the land of the living. We seek your direction during this Board of Police Commissioners meeting on today, O God. We ask, O Father God, that love and respect and order shall go forth, O God. Let us walk not only in love, O God, but let us collectively, O God, create change and make a difference. This is our prayer, oh Father God, unto you, because we know that where 2 or 3 are gathered together in your name, there will you be also in the midst. We thank you, Father. We praise you for love, respect, and creative change. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And next, could we have introduction of the commissioners' roll call, please?
Commissioner DeWalsh,
Present.
Commissioner Woods,
Present.
Commissioner Bernard,
Attorney Linda Bernard, District 2, present.
Commissioner Banks,
Present.
Commissioner Bell,
Present, District 4.
Commissioner Jones,
Present.
Commissioner Moore.
Present.
7 are present, Madam.
Thank you. Next, could we have approval of the December 18th, today's agenda, please?
Support.
It's been moved by Commissioner Jones, supported by Commissioner Moore. Is there any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. The motion carries. And now approval of the minutes for December 4th. Is there a motion?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support.
It's been moved by Commissioner Wood, supported by, Commissioner Jones, supported by Commissioner Moore. Is there any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. And now we also have approval of the minutes of December 11th. Is there a motion?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Support.
It's been moved by Commissioner Wood, supported by Commissioner Moore. Is there any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. At this time, we're having introduction of the BOPC Staff Chief of Police. Is anybody going to be joining us today, Secretary, Madam Secretary?
All commissioners have confirmed their attendance today.
No,
As
I'm
far as Deputy Chief Parrish is to join,
Just noticed. Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
he approved 5 policies. There's only 2 that are listed here. Remember,
Let's talk about that one
he did all 5.
under new
He did
business.
Giglio,
Okay. Madam Secretary, one moment, please. Just take a quick break.
It's in the book.
Mr. Chief Justice. You as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next on the agenda is introduction of the BOPC staff, chief, and officials and representatives.
Madam Chair, through the chair, registered at this time, BOPC staff, Corporation Counsel Conrad Mallett, Drew Freeze, Janya Underwood, Teresa Blossom, Mary Barber, Candace Hayes, Armesia Joshua, Dior Mathis, Armani Arnold, Dr. Francis Jackson, parliamentarian, is present via Zoom, Chief Investigator Jerome Warfield, and OCI Supervising Investigator LaSonia Sloan. DPD HR Director Katrina Patillo, Deputy Chief Michael Parrish will be joining. Our interpreters for today are Angelique Taylor and Dr. Stephanie Beatty. Court reporter Don Handyside, audiovisual Enrique Jackson, and media services Charles Henry. Elected officials and representatives registered. I believe I saw Police Commissioner-elect Beverly Watts. Also Marie Overall for State Representative Tyrone Carter, former Detroit Police Commissioner William Davis. LaDon Davis, Office of City Council Member Fred Durhall III. Frida Butler, 2nd Precinct, Community Relations. Nicole Fisher, 4th Precinct, Community Relations. I do not see Mark Young. Ron Thomas, Detroit Police Officers Association. Those are the only ones that have been presented to me as being registered at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. And now for the chair's report. We have several resolutions that we are going to be reading today. However, before we go into that, I believe one of the commissioners wants to make an amendment to the agenda, today's agenda.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Two things in terms of the amendment to the agenda. Number one, there was a closed session referenced on the agenda. I would move that we move that to the next regularly scheduled board meeting, since we have such a tremendous agenda today, and we've got to go upstairs and do the Ron Scott dedication. So, thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes?
this is the parliamentarian.
Okay,
Uh,
yes?
To amend the agenda after it's been adopted requires 2/3 vote.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We have a second, Madam Chair. Maybe we can take that vote.
Who's the second?
My colleague.
It's been moved by Commissioner Bernard and seconded by Commissioner Moore that we amend the agenda to exclude just one of there are two closed sessions.
Both closed sessions.
Two closed sessions that were scheduled today on the
Unfortunately,
agenda.
Yeah, it won't work.
Okay, is there discussion?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I would try to encourage us to try to get that accomplished, being that we do have the folks in place to be able to get that done. I think that we can get through this agenda in an expedited way. You know, we already have to discuss this and how we need to be able to deal with the resolutions and things of that nature. It just look thick, but I think that we need to do our job and our duty for the citizens of the city of Detroit as relates to those critical closed door matters. They are very, very serious matters, and I think that we need to be able to be sensitive to that.
If I may, Madam
Commissioner
Chair.
Banks had his hand up?
Yes, I did. Vice Chair Woods, we dealing with a heavy agenda today.
Correct.
That agenda is heavy, man.
3 pages.
Well, I would say that I would, through the chair, that we should take some other things off the agenda and not deal with the critical matter of these closed door sessions. These are very, very serious issues.
Now, through the chair. Oh, well, I wasn't acknowledged. I'm waiting on you to acknowledge me. I'm sorry.
Yes, Commissioner.
Okay.
Thanks.
Now, that's a thought. Now, that's a thought. I didn't think of that. That's a thought. That's a good thought.
Okay, Commissioner Bernard.
Your Honor, I apologize. Person. This is for the most part, in many respects, a celebratory meeting, a personnel matter that exists regarding officers can be addressed in the first meeting in January. There's no need for us to bog down this meeting, which includes a recognition of Ron Scott, recognition of various commissioners and so forth, with having people leave the room, come back in the room, leave the room, come back in the room. It's not only is discourteous, first of all, to the persons to our community. This is the last meeting of the year for the board, and this is not a meeting, or if it was the last meeting of City Council, it would not be a meeting for disciplinary issues. That's number one. Number two, I want to also amend the agenda to include, you spent almost 4 hours dealing with the policy committee on Tuesday of this week. The people were present. We did more than these 3 policies that are here. We did Giglio, and there are 2 others. And we just made some changes. I'm gonna be the one minute. But we agreed that those policies were reaffirmed with after the discussion that we had on the 3 additional policies, which are standard. I mean, the department agreed, we agreed, you agreed, you're the chair. And
Madam Chair, this is
Yes,
the parliamentarian.
Yes.
Those comments are not germane to the motion to amend the agenda to delete the closed sessions.
we can vote that, and then we can do on the other policies, because I can assure you that all of us, no one wants to deal with this again. It's done. We did it.
okay.
You did it.
And through the chair.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Through the
Commissioner
chair,
Woods.
and I would just say that depending on how these matters are decided, it could cost thousands of dollars if we delay it. You know, so that's something to look at, and those are taxpayer dollars.
Any other comment? Okay, I'm going to call
It's
for a
Christmas.
question.
I think Commissioner Bernard was trying to say something.
I'm just saying, it's Christmas time. We can deal with disciplinary issues in the new year. You don't do it the week of Christmas in any organization.
Any other Commissioner Bell?
I support Commissioner Bernard in reference to it.
Okay, we are going to take a vote, and so I'm going to call for the vote. All those,
Madam Chair,
Yes.
because it's a 2/3 vote, it normally would not be roll
A
call,
roll
but
call?
I'm sure the commissioners don't want to have to stand up. So the parliamentarian would advise that there would be a roll call vote,
thank you.
so that there's because it requires 2/3, that must really be numeric specific.
Thank you. Okay, so this vote that we're voting on is to delete or to take out the 2 closed sessions from the agenda and take care of them the beginning of the year so that you'll know what you're voting on. Madam Secretary, can we have a roll call vote?
Commissioner Woods,
No.
Commissioner Bernard,
Yes?
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Bell,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones,
No.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner DeWash.
No. Okay, the motion fails.
4 yes votes, 3 nay votes.
I'm sorry.
It fails.
The motion,
Because
no,
it's a
it's-
2/3 vote.
it needs a
Yeah,
2/3.
2/3.
It needs 2/3.
Okay.
It does not have 2/3.
Okay, so the motion fails, so we will be covering these 2 items in today's agenda. All right,
What about the motion regarding our policies? Do you want to deal with
we
that?
want to do that later on the agenda, when we get to the agenda.
Okay, you want to add?
The item on the agenda, yes.
That's fine.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Is that another motion to amend the agenda?
There are a couple of directives that were affirmed by the policy committee as well as by the department in our 3-hour meeting on Tuesday. and I wanted to add those in so you wouldn't have to revisit it again. They're not big deals, but they're deals that have been addressed. We're trying to move forward,
The
progressive.
parliamentarian appreciates that, Madam Chair, but it is in fact a motion to amend the agenda to add these two items. So whenever you do it, it's like this previous motion, it is going to require 2/3 to adopt, or if there's no objection, you can do unanimous consent. But it is a motion to amend the agenda to add some items.
Okay. I
Okay,
ask that
go ahead,
the board
Commissioner.
secretary identify those 3 additional policies. Would you please identify those 3 additional policies that we discussed that were interlineated? We did the whole thing, so we can get those on the agenda today. And I apologize for disrupting this meeting at this point with these issues.
Through the chair,
When we did the approval of the agenda.
Through the chair, I apologize. The incorrect policy committee memoranda is in the book. We're getting the corrected copy that refers to the 3 motions, the 3 directives that Commissioner Bernard is referencing. Staff was unable, DPD staff, and together with BOPC staff, the revisions have not been completely made to those 3 policy directives. In addition, those policies will be coming before the board for full review and revision, and is noted in the corrected policy memorandum. Those other 3 items that were before the committee for action are properly noted in the memoranda. I hope to have it down here in a few minutes. That's why those 3 you're speaking to the case preparation, the Giglio case policy, and I forget the name of the other one, search and,
Seizure?
no, search and seizure is there, cell site simulator is there, and the MELAC standards. But the other 3 with DC Parish's team, together with your team, those policies need further review and revision to present to the board for the full board approval.
We thought we approved them. I'm sorry. You had a quorum of the committee, quorum approved them, and the department approved them, so I don't understand the delay, but okay.
As the video was reviewed, it was the understanding of both staffs that they were subject to contingent to bring to the board after the review and inputting the revisions. Because those 3 have not come before the board after these 32 special orders, those will be coming in line with the accreditation and for the policy review. But they are noted that they were revised.
Okay. Through the chair, if we can move on and get that rectified later, so we have spent 20 minutes where we could have had half of the agenda done by now.
Thank you. Let the record reflect that Commissioner Burton has joined us. All right, and so we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda. We're very, very proud to be able to recognize a person who has had just a tremendous impact on our community over the years. He has passed away, but Ron Scott is just somebody who has left a legacy in our city. I was very proud to be a friend of his in his last few months. We had a kind of like a little bit of tension between the 2 of us because he would come to our meetings, and I was on the commission at that time before he passed away, but we became very good friends in the last years of his life, and I'm so proud to have been a colleague of his. And so Ron Scott is the person that we're going to recognize today. He has left a legacy with the Police Commission, the Youth Advisory Panel. And Madam Secretary, are we going to have some individuals that will be speaking in this program?
Yes,
are
Madam
listed
Chair.
here?
According
Okay.
to the printed program that each of you have,
Okay.
in your binders today, together with, there were copies also on the receiving table.
Is this the
There?
program right here?
Yes.
Okay.
And so to the right side view, those members, there will be someone from the Youth Advisory Panel.
Okay, thank you.
Together with the coalition, quote-unquote, coalition members and the board will do the actual unveiling. All the activities will take place here in Schuyler Herbert this afternoon, and there will be refreshments outside at the appropriate time. Madam Chair.
Thank you. So at this time, to speak on Mr. Ron Scott's legacy, we're going to have someone from our Youth Advisory Panel. Our Youth Advisory Panel. They're not here yet? Okay.
Just walked in.
Just walked in. Thank you. Please introduce yourself before you speak.
Hello. The timely appearance. My name is Angelica Williams, and I am a member of the Youth Advisory Panel for the Board of Police Commissioners. I have been on, I've been on the Youth Advisory Panel since it first started back in 2022, so I'm now going into my 4th year with this wonderful board, which is amazing. And I'm very excited to speak a little bit about the Youth Advisory Panel and also the importance of youth-led accountability. So, I would like to first start by admitting to everyone that while I am a wonderful youth leader and while I'm very active in the community, I did start as something of a selfish child. In my childhood, I was used to getting what I wanted, when I wanted, and how I wanted it. And in some ways, I burdened myself and those around me in somewhat unnecessary methods, not just in terms of material goods, of which I was very fortunate and blessed to have, but in emotional ones as well. Ones in which I felt entitled to other people's emotions, to their problems, and to the pains of the world. It is easy to say then that my passion for service is not one that ever actually began, but one that I was born with. There was a weight to the world that I personally felt and still feel justified to carry. And when my friends were hurt, I hurt for them. When beautiful things happened, I felt a need for them to happen again. To grant every wish in the world is an impossible task, but the realization of it never quite succeeded in stopping me from trying. As I grew older, my sense of self and my sense of justice were both sharpened by knowledge, time, and community. Seeing Flint, Michigan for the first time at roughly 12 years old, at a time when the water crisis was at its freshest, made me aware of the injustices that exist in the world. Participating in debate in 8th grade as one of the founding members of my school's team demonstrated to me the power of being outspoken and articulate in your prosecution of that injustice. And being in JROTC throughout high school, while both grueling and daunting, gave me the space and autonomy to experiment with the many shapes that participating in your community can take. Before I kind of wrap this up and mind everyone's time, I just want to share a quote from an article that the ACLU of Michigan wrote a few years ago regarding Ron Scott's legacy. At the time, Johnson was a Detroit public schools administrator who met with Ron and a group of concerned parents. Because Ron found Johnson's responses to be unsatisfactory, he called the administrator a lackey. Johnson ended the meeting abruptly and dismissed the delegation from his office. This was one of many such exchanges Ron was to have with numerous people in authority. This was not because Ron was confrontational. It was because Ron Scott was honest. Some disagreed with his then assessment of Johnson and other matters, but his opinions were always the honest opinions. I say all this to say that youth-led accountability and youth leadership begins in 2 places: the knowledge that there is a problem and the wisdom to solve it. As a member of the Youth Advisory Panel, we do our due diligence and we do our due research in order to make sure that we are aware and knowledgeable about the problems that plague not only the world and the state of Michigan, but specifically the city of Detroit, the ones that plague our young people, especially as we try to build community with our wonderful police officers and the Board of Police Commissioners, and all of the different ways that policy, law, and community play a role in our interactions. As members of the Youth Advisory Panel and as the accountability from a youth-led perspective for the Board of Police Commissioners, we make a point to make sure that our voices are heard, that the voices of our peers are heard, and that all of our actions justify the world. Thank
Love it.
Thank you so much. And let the record reflect that Commissioner Carter has joined us and also D.C. Parrish has joined us. Next on the, go ahead, Commissioner
Vote on
Bernard.
the Ron Scott.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We're still in the
I just
program.
want to say that I truly miss Ron, as do, I'm sure, many people in this room. He was beyond, I mean, he was a man among men and a man of tremendous principle. I had the honor of representing him and working with him on various things, and to this day, and I'm sure that Conrad probably agrees, when you pass the Michigan Theater building, which now is just, a shadow of what it used to be, that's where his office was, that's where the theater, it was just, he was an amazing person. Him and his legal partners who worked in that building with him all brought a sense of justice to the city of Detroit during the riots, during everything that ever happened that affected the community. He's truly missed and a great, great man. And it's a tremendous honor, privilege, and pleasure for me to support this activity that we're doing and this resolution.
Thank you. Before we move on to any other comments, we do have a couple of other speakers that we want to allow to come before the podium. The Detroit Coalition Against Police Brutality, Diane Reeder. Is Diane Reeder here? Please, will you join us at the podium?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Want to express my appreciation to the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners for this great honor, well deserved, for Ron Scott. I know so many people in here knew and loved him well, as I did. I do want to give a special thanks to, I understand Commissioner Burton was the one who introduced this resolution, so I want to thank you. Really appreciate that, and I know that Commissioner Bell and the rest of you supported that as well, so we are grateful. And I also want to acknowledge some of his friends and comrades, as he would call them, his protege, Chris White, Wayne and Myrtle Curtis, dear friends and comrades, Shay Howell, so many other people, too many to name. Please forgive me if I didn't give your name, but there's so many people here that loved him. So I will say this, Ron was the most brilliant man I have ever known, a man I had the privilege of loving for the last decade of his life. I know most people saw him as a fighter, as fiery, even sometimes as angry. I and so many others got to see, however, the side of him that was love.
Oh, for sure.
In fact, that's what he used to say. He called himself a transformational cultural anthropologist, someone who studied people, always with an eye toward making positive and radical change. And he would always tell me that revolutionaries like himself operate first and foremost from a place of love. As you all know, Ron was a thinker who read and studied and analyzed as he worked toward the end of a more just and human world. He and my good friend, the late Sandra Hines, who worked as sacrificially as he did to change the world, would always say the Detroit Coalition Against Police Brutality isn't against police, we're against police brutality.
That's right.
His work went beyond protest and marching, even though he did his share of that. It went to strategy and building coalitions and meeting with people one-on-one, from mayors and presidents to homeless folk and hip-hop brothers and sisters. In fact, even though he's known for working towards systemic change, his work was always geared toward the particular, the individual who was being affected. He would always say that while W.E.B. Du Bois talked about the 20th century challenge being the problem of the color line, he felt that today's challenge would be about what he called the human line. And that is certainly something we see in vast relief today. Amen.
Amen.
In fact, I smile, and maybe I shouldn't when I think about Ron's prophetic analysis of the world. when President Barack Obama was elected, he would say to people, okay, I know you're excited, but do understand that we can still go backwards. I'll never forget how people criticized him for that, suggesting that he was stuck in the old 60s revolutionary rhetoric and this was a new day. He would be very sad to have to say, I told you so, to some of those folks, but I think he would. Ron talked about Sir Robert Peel, a man who lived in the United Kingdom in the 18th and 19th centuries, who became prime minister, but who is considered the father of modern British policing. He talked about Peel's philosophy of policing that asserted that the police are the people and the people are the police. Probably one of the first odes to the community policing that the coalition so ardently supported. He read everything and he taught our community so much, even as he every day engaged in these personal interactions with which endeared him to so many. I would like to share with you and kind of end on a poem that I wrote about Ron that I pray does justice to who he was. I had the privilege of reading this poem at his funeral, and I'll just read it to you. He was a freedom fighter, Judah's lion defending those cubs who couldn't fight for themselves, who didn't know they needed to. He knew that he was set free by the sun, and so he was free indeed, but not free to do what he wanted. His freedom had bounds, driven by the needs of the people, their oppressions and challenges, and so he was freed to work on their behalf every day. Pulling down strongholds and casting out demons, spiritual warfare expressed in his very body, a body of work that no one can match, that no one wants to match. A free servant, a contradiction that confounded others but not him. A free servant, now free at last and free indeed. A free, faithful, fearless servant of God and the people. Well done, Ron Scott.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to present, if I may, Madam Chair,
Yes.
to the Board of Police Commissioners with a copy of a book that we did together, How to End Police Brutality. In it, you will find his wisdom, and I pray you will also glean a bit of his perspective and his heart. And now I believe that you will hear, according to the agenda, someone I call Ron's intellectual heir, Chris White, who he mentioned, and who now works in his own way to change the world.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, could we have Chris White come up, please?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, honorable body. I'd like to start off by mentioning two other individuals that work closely with Ron Scott. One is Tawana Simpson. She's over here.
Absolutely.
Fourth, elder stateswoman,
Yeah.
Honorable Bernice Smith.
Yeah.
Yes.
Told me I was probably about 13 or 12 years old. So, you know, and now I'm on the other side of 50. Well, the good thing about this, what's happening here, is that it shows the community and the police working together. It also shows the power of the police commission. It also shows, and I'm willing to bet you that you can't go in any other city in this country and find a room in their police headquarters that's going to be named and dedicated to an activist. You're not going to find that. And in times in which Washington, the president, is sending troops to urban areas, something that Ron definitely would not be in support of. In fact, I can feeling angry right now. Make sure you bring that up.
Right.
In Detroit, it's not happening. And it's not happening because of the Peace Zones approach, the
For sure.
community violence initiatives and all of that, and the work that's happening between the police department and the community. Now, we don't always get it right, but we are moving in that direction. And that's why, and this is what Ron would have wanted. He would be steadfast against what's happening coming out of Washington. But he would also be working hand in hand, as he did with most of you. I mean, I can name you all by name, and I can tell, even in the suites with you, Commissioner Jones, Ron Scott worked closely with you, and Commissioner Moore, we know, you know. So some of us, and Commissioner Bell, we know. Some of us have a very, very deep relationship with Ron. Ron started the coalition with Gloria House and Marge Parsons, and he started it with 10 demands. And as I read the 10 demands, you can see the progress that's been made, and you can also see where we need to go. Along with the book, there's a roadmap to where we need to go. We demand an end to police patrol chases which kill or threaten the lives of suspects, innocent bystanders, and drivers. We demand the city of Detroit monitor who is gone and provide corrective instruction to violent police officers and remove them from the force if they are found to be incapable of appropriate professional police conduct. We demand the city of Detroit enforce the rules of residency requirement, educational upgrades, and affirmative action. We demand that the city of Detroit require the Detroit Police Department to file an annual report of citizens' complaints against the department, and that reports of all citizens' complaints be made available to the public. We demand that the city of Detroit require accountability from Detroit's police department in the application for receipt of and allocation of funds from state and federal governments, and that such funds not be used in discriminatory ways, and that no funded programs violate human and constitutional rights of Detroit citizens. We demand that the city of Detroit facilitate community-based conflict resolution and mediation initiatives. We demand an end to surveillance, intimidation, and harassment of community activists by Detroit's police department. We demand that the city of Detroit protect Detroit citizens from state and federal efforts that would use military force in conjunction with the Detroit police to repress, intimidate, or violate citizens and constitutional and human rights. We demand that the police chief and members of the police commission be elected by the city of Detroit. We demand that the city of Detroit strengthen and reform the Board of Police Commission, making this important entity that truly independent with powers to investigate and review complaints, subpoena witnesses, and issue public reports. So we can see that when we read those 10 demands, we can see what we've been able to accomplish. See, you don't eat an elephant with one bite. We can also see that I strongly feel that the city of Detroit is further ahead than any other city when it comes to these type of demands. Now, we're not, like I said, we're not always going to get it right, but that's the process. I want to take the time to thank you all for doing this, and let Ron's values be in that room. Let that room be used for community meetings. If there are any incidents, and God willing that there are no incidents of insurrection or anything in the city, let the planning meetings be, if that happens, in that room. Let his spirit permeate through this building, through this city, and through this world as it has been. And I just want to thank you all for working with Ron. You all know what you did. And just thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Next, I'm going to ask Commissioner Moore if he would just briefly read the item that we have before we do the unveiling, the summary that is in the brochure. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ron Scott, 1947 to 2015. A Detroit native, Ron Scott was a revered civil rights champion and social justice leader who founded the Detroit Coalition Against Police Brutality. Ron helped lead the movement for reforms to the police department after the 1967 rebellion, which ushered in the 1974 charter and the Board of Police Commissioners. Nearly 4 decades later, Ron's call for investigations into excessive force, false arrests, and illegal dragnets by DPD led to U.S. Department of Justice action in 2001 and federal consent decrees from 2003 to 2014. Under his leadership, the coalition pushed for police reforms and worked with residents to create peace zones.
Yeah.
Ron saw the dual strategy as vital to reducing violence for the benefit of everyone. Ron saw the dual strategy as vital to reducing violence for the benefit of everyone while preventing crimes that drew police to neighborhoods. The Coalition Against Police Brutality epitomized Ron Scott's life of activism. He also was an original co-founder of the Detroit chapter of the Black Panthers, an advisor to Mayor Coleman A. Young, Congressman John Conyers, and other leaders, and a television producer and host
Yeah.
of Detroit Black Journal.
Yeah.
That's so rare, Madam Chair.
Thank you kindly. And now we're going to, are there any other family members here that we want to acknowledge? Any other family members? Okay.
And I would say
Go
that
ahead, Commissioner.
before we unveil it, we can have his colleagues, at least those colleagues, to come stand before it as we unveil that. You know,
Yes.
and I would just like to echo the compliments of Commissioner Burton for doing this and leading this charge. Thank you very much for this. It was very, very meaningful and very, very significant. As Tawana know, everybody know, I did 29 years in prison, and Ron Scott was there almost every month. And very, very dear friend, dear brother and comrade. The Peace Zones for Life is the foundation of what you see in the CVI movement right now. You know, that really led into that, you know, and I'm very, very, very grateful, Ron Scott, and thank you, Commissioner Burton, for your leadership on this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Commissioner Burton, did you want to say anything?
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair, and thank you, Madam Chair. You know, during a time where the Detroit Police Department was under a 13-year consent decree, Ron Scott came to these meetings every week, and he spoke truth to power, but he also spoke about policy, and he showed the board areas that we need to improve. He helped us improve a number of our policies over the years, but he also spoke to body-worn cameras and how the board, you know, could move in a direction where the police department has body-worn cameras and stuff. He talked a lot about the citizens' complaints and areas that we can improve. And today, the board, you know, has moved, you know, forward on a lot of those different initiatives that came from Ron Scott. And so today is a great day for our community, you know, partners. And I really appreciate our vice chair, Darrell Woods, because he was very instrumental in working with Ron Scott for many, many years. That also led to this day where we are today, where we unveiling and recognizing a true hero to our community, Mr. Ron Scott.
Thank you, Commissioner Burton, for those great words. Now we're going to do the unveiling, and we're going to ask all the coalition members and the youth members and also the board members to come up here in front for pictures, et cetera, and so we can do the unveiling. Please join us. Yes.
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'd just like to say I want to thank all of my colleagues that made this day special. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Burton, for bringing the resolution forward to begin with.
Thank you.
We
And
appreciate
also,
it.
I want to thank our full staff as well, including Teresa Blossom,
Absolutely.
Madam Secretary,
Yes.
and also Joan Underwood, our whole entire staff of the BOPC that made this day possible, and all of our colleagues.
Thank you. And we want to thank everyone who participated in this event. We're very, very glad that you were able to come today and to help us celebrate Ron Scott. We appreciate it. After the meeting, there will be refreshments outside, so hopefully you'll stay for the meeting, but there are refreshments for us outside. And thank you again, and we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda. We have a rather lengthy agenda, so we have actually several resolutions, and I want to ask Madam Parliamentarian, is it possible to approve these resolutions in a group after we give a brief reading of each one?
Absolutely, Madam
Okay.
Chair.
Okay, that's what we want to do. So we're gonna give just a very brief reading of each of the resolutions, 1 or 2 paragraphs, that's it. And then at the end, at the end, we will have one resolution to approve all of the resolutions that have been read. So we're going to start with I'm going to read the resolution for Miss Betty Brooks, honoring our former police commissioner, Elizabeth Betty Brooks, posthumously. And this one, I'm going to try to read most of it because she was just a beautiful, beautiful person, human being. She was on this commission for, I believe, 4 years. During that 4 years, I became very, very close with her because I drove her to the meetings every week for about 4 years. So just love this woman. But anyways, let me start. Whereas Elizabeth Brooks, who outwardly looked petite, had a mighty spirit, and she made a gigantic impact on Detroit, a city that the North Carolina native made her home. During decades of philanthropy, civic leadership, and community service, she touched the lives of residents in Detroit and across Michigan and left indelible marks on numerous institutions and organizations, including the Board of Police Commissioners. And whereas Police Commissioner Brooks never got involved in anything unless she could help make it better. During her 2015 to 2020 appointment by Mayor Mike Duggan, she took on the police department's challenge in hiring and retaining officers. She became an enthusiastic booster of the Detroit Police Department, police recruiting, and competitive salaries for officers. Her leadership helped spread recruiting to churches, street fairs, block clubs, and other community events at every meeting or social gathering. She implored everyone to remember Detroit needed to be the best people to become police officers and better paid to keep them. Her successful efforts, along with her abundant pride in the city and the police department, even inspired her grandson to pursue a career in law enforcement. And whereas a respected philanthropist, her prowess as a fundraiser benefited the police department and the Board of Police Commissioners, Brooks delivered a major grant from General Motors to fund Drive to Thrive, which provided free driver's education training to Detroit public school students, and also learned from officers what to do in traffic stops. In 2019, she helped build civic partnerships and sponsorships for a national celebration of Detroit's 45th anniversary for the board and civilian oversight. Former Police Commissioner Brooks recently passed away at age 90. The board joins with the community in extending condolences to her family and friends who will gather at Sacred Heart to celebrate her remarkable journey and life on Tuesday, December 25th. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners awards this resolution posthumously in honor of the many significant and lasting contributions of former Police Commissioner Elizabeth Betty Brooks, whose dedication and commitment to the city of Detroit and its residents merit our highest regards.
Second, Madam Chair.
Support.
That and more.
Doing that as a group.
We were going to do this as a group, but let's do this one since you've already made the motion. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. And now we have Commissioner Woods, who is going to do the three of the resolutions, and then Commissioner Jones will do 3 other resolutions, and then we'll vote all as a group.
Yes, we will read the first paragraph and then be it resolved. And so, whereas Tamara Liberty Smith has been a well-known community volunteer, activist, resource for crime victims, social media influencer, and anti-crime warrior for decades. A mother of six, she built credibility and trust as she tirelessly knocked on doors, organized and attended rallies and marches, and worked in partnership with residents and the police, always listening to and helping others. Her heartfelt mission led her to find stolen cars, runaways, and missing people, including homicide victims. And be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners awards this resolution in recognition of dedicated and diligent service by Police Commissioner Tamara Liberty Smith, whose dedication and community to civilian oversight, the city of Detroit, and residents merit our highest regards. We salute you, Commissioner Smith, for a job well done and wish you continued success in the future. And this is a resolution honoring District 3 Police Commissioner Cedric Banks, whereas Commissioner Cedric Banks has served the city of Detroit with integrity, transparency, and a steadfast commitment to strengthening the relationship between the community and the Detroit Police Department, while simultaneously uplifting residents through years of spiritual, civic, and community leadership. Police Commissioner Cedric Banks, elected in November 2021, proudly represents District 3, which includes nearly all the 11 precinct, portions of the 9th precinct, and small areas within the 5th, 7th, and 12th precincts. He continues to stand firmly for accountability, transparency, integrity, and fairness in police operations and civilian oversight, and has been a tireless champion for Detroit's youth, families, and neighborhoods. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Police, the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners proudly honors District 3 Police Commissioner Cedric Banks for his distinguished record of service, his commitment to justice and community empowerment, and exceptional contributions to strengthening police community relations and civilian oversight in the city of Detroit. Resolution honoring Police Commissioner Ricardo Moore. Whereas Police Commissioner Ricardo Moore was part of the historic first class of police commissioners elected in 2013, and he became vice chairman of the new 11-member Board of Police Commissioners. As Detroit Police Lieutenant, Commissioner Moore brought a long-standing commitment to professional service to the community and a dedication to police accountability and serving as a board leader and representing District 7 during his original term. Be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners awards this a resolution in recognition of the dedicated and diligent service of Police Commissioner Ricardo Moore, whose dedication and commitment to civilian oversight, the city of Detroit, and residents merits our highest regards. We salute you, Commissioner Moore, for a job well done and wish you continued success in the future. But it's a pleasure.
We're going to do the other three.
Okay.
We have three more. And
Thank
these,
you, Madam Chair and Mr. Vice Chair. Before I read these three quickly, I want you to know that even though we are reading condensed versions of these resolutions, this does not diminish the commitment and the love and the dedication that these individuals that we are recognizing today gave not only to the citizens of Detroit, but to the Detroit Police Department and also to the Board of Commissioners.
thank you.
I will start with a resolution honoring Police Commissioner Linda D. Bernard. Whereas Linda D. Bernard has long been a trailblazer and history maker, her many achievements include being the first African American to earn a Master of Law degree from the University of Pennsylvania Law School and the only African American attorney to argue and win 3 precedent-setting cases in the Michigan Supreme Court.
Wow.
President Ronald Reagan once recognized her at the White House as one of the 100 outstanding small business persons in America. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Police Commissioners awards this resolution in recognition of the dedicated and diligent service of Police Commissioner Linda D. Bernard, whose dedication and commitment to civilian oversight, the City of Detroit and residents merit our highest regards. We salute you, Commissioner Bernard, for a job well done and wish you continued success in the future.
Wow. Wonderful.
A resolution honoring Police Commissioner Willie E. Bell. Whereas Mississippi native Willie E. Bell always had a fire for fairness, equality, and justice for all, those values served as cornerstones throughout his military service in Vietnam, his 32-year career as a Detroit police officer, his decades of advocacy for the police accountability, and most recently his 3 terms as the police commissioner for District 4, as well as terms as board chair and vice chair. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners awards this resolution in recognition of the dedicated and diligent service by Police Commissioner Willie E. Bell, whose dedication and commitment to civilian oversight, the City of Detroit and residents merit our highest regards. We salute you, Commissioner Bell, for a job well done and wish you continued success in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Last resolution, this will be honoring Police Commissioner Willie E. Burton. Whereas Willie E. Burton became the youngest police commissioner in the country when elected to the Board of Police Commissioners in 2013, he immediately became involved in working with other oversight agencies across the country and took on important committee roles for the National Association for Civilian Oversight of Law Enforcement, NACOLE, including NACOLE's newsletter, finance, and scholarship committees. And as a member of the NACOLE Scholarship Committee, he led the efforts to ensure financial assistance to other cities and individuals to attend the annual NACOLE conference, to support their oversight training, and to learn best practices. Therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Police Commissioners awards this resolution in recognition of the dedicated and diligent service by Police Commissioner Willie E. Burton, whose dedication and commitment to civilian oversight, the City of Detroit, and residents merit our highest regard. Pass one. We salute you, Commissioner Burton, for a job well done and wish you continued success in the future.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. And then now I have 3 resolutions. These are honoring various officers in the department. Yes.
If I may, I just want to make one note. Because we abbreviated the resolutions, certainly everyone's information was abbreviated as well. But I just want to publicly acknowledge my sister, Attorney Sharon Elaine Bernard, who was the first black woman to be an attorney in the state of Arkansas. There were 11 black male lawyers, and she was the first female lawyer in the state of Arkansas. And also, she was appointed by Mayor Young to the Board of Police Commissioners. So it's sort of a family affair for us, and I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge my sister at this convocation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to her.
Wonderful.
As well. Now I have a resolution honoring Police Officer Eric Scott. Whereas Eric Scott entered the Metropolitan Police Academy on June 3rd, 1999, upon graduation, Police Officer Scott was appointed to the Detroit Police Department on October 28, 1999, and assigned to the 5th Precinct. And whereas Police Officer Scott exhibited a strong commitment to improving the safety and quality of life for residents, stakeholders, and neighborhoods as he served and patrolled the 5th Precinct. During a temporary reorganization, Officer Scott was assigned to the Eastern District on September 1st, 2005, then reassigned to the 5th Precinct on January 6, 2014. His assignments also included the Special Victims Unit, from June 17, 2019 to July 22, 2024, when Officer Scott was assigned again to the 5th Precinct, where he continued to serve until his retirement December 8, 2025. Therefore, be it resolved, the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners, speaking on behalf of the residents of Detroit, awards this resolution in recognition of Police Officer Eric Scott and his 26 years of service with the Detroit Police Department. His dedication, steadfast courage, and enduring community spirit merit our highest regards and best wishes for his future endeavors. We thank and congratulate Police Officer Eric Scott. He is not present, so we'll go on to the next person. Resolution honoring Sergeant Carrie Fairfax Moore. Whereas Sergeant Carrie Fairfax Moore was appointed to the Detroit Police Department in July 31st, 2000, throughout her distinguished career, she served with dedication and professionalism in numerous assignments, including the 1st Precinct Central District, 3rd Precinct Internal Affairs Recruiting, Office of Workplace and Resiliency, and Media Relations. Sergeant Fairfax Moore demonstrated exceptional leadership as a supervisor, consistently exhibiting a strong work ethic, mentoring members of the department, and enhancing personnel performance and job knowledge in every assignment entrusted to her. Therefore, be it resolved that the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners does hereby honor, commend, and congratulate Sergeant Carrie Fairfax Moore for her 25 years of exemplary service to the Detroit Police Department and the City of Detroit. The Detroit Board of Police Commissioners extends its deepest appreciation and best wishes to Sergeant Fairfax Moore for continued success, fulfillment, and good health in her retirement. She also is not present. Our next resolution is for honoring Greg Dunmore. Is he present?
Yes.
Yes. Would you please come up to the podium so we can acknowledge you? Thank you. So I will read this. Whereas Greg Dunmore is a distinguished Detroit-based journalist, public speaker, and television personality who has long served as a vital voice in Detroit and beyond, delivering consistently high-quality journalism that uplifts, informs, educates, and inspires the community. Throughout his career, Mr. Dunmore has provided engaging, insightful, and intelligent coverage of arts, entertainment, culture, celebrity, and lifestyle, contributing meaningfully to the cultural fabric and quality of life within the communities he serves. Mr. Dunmore stands as Detroit's longest-running arts and entertainment reporter in traditional media, exemplifying journalistic excellence through decades of consistent, respected, and impactful coverage. And whereas Mr. Dunmore graduated from Cornell University and is widely recognized as a highly sought-after public speaker, he is president of the PowerPoint Group, LLC, and a founding partner of Pulsebeat Media. Mr. Dunmore has earned national acclaim as an authority on arts, entertainment, celebrity, and pop culture. He was famously dubbed Dr. Entertainment by legendary broadcaster Mildred Gaddis during her celebrated Pulsebeat TV segments. His impressive career includes award-winning multimedia journalism and work as the executive producer of Pulsebeat Media. Mr. Dunmore has helped shape national arts and entertainment journalism through his role as a founding member of the National Association of Black Journalists Arts and Entertainment Task Force. Mr. Dunmore has also been a steadfast champion for mental health, using his platform visibly and influence to bring awareness to issues often overlooked within communities of color. Through his storytelling, public advocacy, and personal transparency, he has worked to reduce stigma, uplift those facing mental health challenges, and encourage open dialogue, healing, and access to support. His commitment to promoting emotional well-being reflects his deep compassion and dedication to empowering the whole person. Therefore, be it resolved that the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners proudly honors Greg Dunmore for his extraordinary contributions to arts and entertainment journalism, his long-standing dedication to the Detroit community, and his national leadership in media excellence. Thank you so much for all that you have done. Madam Secretary, do we have a resolution? Yes.
I just say
Yes, if you would like to say a few words, go ahead.
I want to thank the commission and distinctively Commissioner Willie E. Burden for recognizing my contribution, especially to his initiative concerning mental health. And I look at Madame Bernice, who knows that my father, Al Dunmore, in 1974 was instrumental in motivating the late, great former mayor of Detroit, Coleman Young, and forming exactly this commission. So on behalf of the spirit of those who are not here, they're smiling from heaven above. And when I talk about mental health, what you guys do for the community, what you commissioners do for this community, you give us a sense of sanity that we know that there are people who are advocating the oversight that makes Detroit a just and fair community. So congratulations to every commissioner that sits on the Detroit Police Commission.
Thank you so much.
Go on, preach on, Doc.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And we do have resolutions. Are they going to, Madam Secretary?
We will get Mr. Dunmore's resolution to him, as he knows.
Thank you. And at this time, I'm going to entertain a motion to approve all of the resolutions that were read at today's meeting.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Bernard, seconded by Commissioner Moore, I'm sorry, seconded by Commissioner Woods. Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
I have to have.
Okay, Commissioner Woods, before we vote.
Say that I really want to thank all these commissioners for sacrificing themselves, their time, their resources, their energy, for serving the citizens of the city of Detroit. As you can see, those big stack of folders over there, those ain't no games there, you know, and to read every last one of them and to deal with citizen complaints and get all the phone calls 7 days a week, late at night. You don't understand the complexity of this role. And so I want to thank all of them for their service. You guys have sacrificed so much. And I want to, especially thank Ricardo Moore for being a great mentor of mine coming into this board, into this space. He helped me immensely to be able to grow into the role. And definitely our former secretary who helped me when I first came in, Commissioner Keneal, she helped me a great deal, and all of the commissioners for undergirding us. But thank you guys for your great service to the citizens of Detroit. And I can't overemphasize that because you understand the sacrifice that it takes, especially not getting a paycheck. This is a dedicated service. It's a sacrifice, a huge sacrifice for someone to take on, to meet every single week and to spend your own gas money and do all of that, and to go to committee meetings and all of that. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for those words. Any other? Commissioner Moore?
Yes, Madam Chair, I just received a notification from Carrie Fairfax Moore. She just wanted to let everyone know she's under the weather. That's the only reason she wasn't here. And Eric Smith is with the Lansing Capitol Police.
Okay.
So she just didn't want you to be upset at her not here. Thank you, ma'am.
Understood. Thank
Through
you
the
so
chair.
much. And I would just
Chair,
like,
I'm sorry.
go ahead, Commissioner Carter.
I just want to thank all of the commissioners as well, and I echo Commissioner Wood's sentiments, but especially to Commissioner Bell, and Commissioner Burton, that started with me all those years ago.
Yeah.
And when we first started, we fought for everything. There was a time when the mayor wouldn't even meet with us.
Yeah.
So from then to now, so much has changed. Things have changed with the budget. Everything that we have today, we fought for. So it's not a walk in the park being on this commission. We have to fight for everything that we have, and we're going to continue to fight. And I know that all of you will still be involved, but I look forward to you serving in a different capacity. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? And I also echo what Commissioner Carter and Commissioner Woods have said. I've been on the commission 3 times, and my last 2 times were with several of the commissioners, especially Commissioner Bell and Commissioner Burton, and, well, Carter, but she's going to stay, thank goodness. But I got to know a lot of you, and Commissioner Bernard was the staff person at the time that I was on the second. So I've known her for many, many years, all very dedicated and committed. And you know, yes, we meet weekly. We go to these national conferences for oversight commissions and committees and boards, and there is not another commission that meets weekly that I'm aware of. We've talked to many, many, many cities and states, and there are no other commissioners that meet weekly. And that's not just a weekly meeting. We're all on committees, as Commissioner Woods mentioned. We also have committee meetings on top of our weekly meetings. This past week, I had I have a budget committee. So we sit on a couple of committees and we meet. And so it's not unusual for us to be in 3 meetings in 1 week. So, and as Commissioner Bernard mentioned, we were 4 hours in a meeting on Monday because we wanted to get some of the policies done by a deadline, along with DC Parish, who works very closely with us and very diligently with us. So, yes, thank you to all of you who are transitioning off the board. We look forward to having continued relationships with you throughout the city. We all love this city, and we all work hard for this city, and we're sure we're going to see you in some capacity doing the same. So thank you all. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you all. All right, our next item on the agenda is the Chief of Police report, and may I ask for anybody who's going to be giving a report very respectfully, if you could shorten it just a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you to the rest of the board, and this will be a short report. Okay. Let me highlight the crime numbers. Homicide is down 18%. Non-fatal shootings are down 26%. Robberies are down 21%. Total Part 1 violent crimes are down 9%. Carjackings are down 45%. I'd like to note one high visibility case closure because it did receive some attention. DPD's major crime section done an outstanding job investigating crimes, identifying offenders, and bringing them to accountability for their actions. One recent situation that we were able to bring to closure involved when DPD officers were dispatched to the 15,500 block of Sussex for a reported shooting. When the officers arrived, they observed an 18-year-old female and 22-year-old male suffering from gunshot wounds. The shots were fired after an alleged argument between 2 suspects and a 22-year-old victim. Just by note, the 18-year-old female was not involved in the argument, but tragically she was killed. Our officers took 2 suspects into custody shortly after the incident. Prosecutor's offices charged both suspects, a 17-year-old male and a 22-year-old male, in connection with the incident. So great work on the part of the major crime section. Let me also just note that our traffic enforcement unit is conducting extensive drunk driving enforcement, as we did last year as well. Through this board to the rest of the community, drinking and driving will not be tolerated. It puts everybody at risk, and our officers want to keep the community safe, and they will do so by enforcing the drunk driving laws. So please, if anyone intends on drinking over these holiday seasons, please do so in a safe place or have a ride to get you to where you need to go. And through Madam Chair, you know what, one more point I want to note, because I think this is important for the community to know. On Tuesday, December 16th, Mayor-elect Mary Sheffield announced that she would be retaining Chief of Police Todd A. Bettison as Chief of Police for the Detroit Police Department.
Yes, yay.
His message to the community is that he is deeply honored to continue in his role. He stated his goal is to continue efforts in lowering crime while enhancing overall public safety for our neighborhoods. And I know the Chief looks forward to working with this board for many years to come. I'm going to stop here, given the fact that we wanted a truncated report. I think those were the major topics that we should.
Thank you, DC. Any questions for the chief? Any questions? All right, hearing none, thank you so much. Next on our agenda is oral communications and public comment. I ask that you please limit to 2 minutes. Inappropriate language and comments may delay TV broadcasts and video posts. Thank you. Could we have our first?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Our first speaker will be former Commissioner William Davis, Mr. Smith, and then Ms. Williams. Please announce your name for the record.
Good evening,
Good
William
evening.
Davis. I came today just to see how some of y'all are transitioning out and new people are coming in. I'm going to miss some of y'all. I would also like to say I came because Ron Scott was a friend of mine. In fact, Ron Scott asked me, and I did, to speak up about the fact that the Board of Police Commissioners is one of the entities that did not get its full authority back, because of the emergency manager. We've been through some stuff in the city, and hopefully things will continue to improve, and hopefully we could have the police department do a little bit better. Things are better in a number of ways, but there's still some questionable stuff that goes on. But hopefully in time, the whole country could see that Detroit is doing better. I'm still waiting for my homeowner's insurance and my Auburn insurance to go down, because we get reports every week about everything going down, but my cost. So hopefully, I wish all of you well, the people that's exiting and the people that's coming on, and hopefully we could work on making the city much better than it is. Because I still get calls, like I'm still on the Board of Police Commission, but I get calls all over the city, all the time, about any and everything, because I have a big mouth and people know me. Anyway, y'all have a great day.
Commissioner, did you receive your badge?
Yes, I got a badge.
Yeah, that's what I
have a
thought.
seat.
That's why I thought you were here.
Only 4 years late.
Great.
I think a couple people didn't like me.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Through the
Commissioner
chair.
Banks, go ahead.
Yeah, I got something. Commissioner Davis got his badge, and I didn't even get mine. How was that?
Well, Commissioner Davis has
Can
been
you
waiting.
explain that to me?
Yes, Commissioner Davis has been waiting 5 years to get his badge. You all won't be waiting that long, I can guarantee you that.
Thank you.
I want my candy too.
Good afternoon,
Go
Jadante
ahead.
Smith for the record. I want to give a major shout out to Commissioner-elect Camille. She sat with me for an hour and a half plus, probably 2 hours Friday, as I spent my whole Friday down here to get a young man out of jail about 14 hours early because he was detained and arrested by DPD for a failure to use a blinker while leaving the curb after he had his vehicle searched with a flashlight with his fiancee in the vehicle with him illegally by special operations officers over in District 4 on the east side. So I had to drop everything, go get his fiancee, bring her down here. Commendations to Captain Slaughter for coming down, and commendations for DC Stewart for calling to the chief's office, because the officers I talked to didn't help me. There's one in the room who didn't help me, try to give me the OCI. You know who you are in the room. But I really appreciate Commissioner-elect Camille. She's not even elected yet, and she literally helped me sat with the young lady while I had to go get my son. Did excellent work. I also want to say we need a lawyer for the board. Corporation counsel should not be sitting in this room. I'm glad you are, because I got an issue I need to talk to you about, but there should be an independent lawyer. Law department for the city of Detroit should not be representing this board. Also, we need to get rid of the fact that officers can pull you over for not using a blinker while leaving the curb. That's ridiculous. The fact that I had to come down here and sit for that long was ridiculous, get this person out of jail, and they're still being charged. I hope they suit up. Exclamation CK out the city, because that's ridiculous. Also, I want to say I appreciate the outgoing commissioners who helped me file motions. Commissioner Banks, Commissioner Bernard, Thank you, Commissioner Liberty Smith, for the work that you've done, and a very, very special thank you to Commissioner Burton, my commissioner, for the work that you've done. Thank you for the special pen you gave me. Nobody else has given me a pen. Thank you for the CompStat reports you've given me, Commissioner Bernard. I appreciate all of that. Also, I want to say congratulations to the commissioners who are coming in who actually won their races fair and square and didn't cheat, because we got one who cheated. And you know who you are in the audience as well. I'm going to be very direct. When you're on this board, I'm going to talk to you very direct. Also, Commissioner Parrish, through the chair, I would love to have that video of the pregnant lady being tased. Whenever you can get it to the public and to the board, we'd love to have that video.
I can respond to that.
Yes.
We reached out to, we do have the video, and I did inform our Professional Standards Bureau of the request. I reached out to the board secretary to schedule a viewing of it. So at the secretary's earliest convenience, I think we were discussing a date. We're ready to present that to any interested board members.
Thank you.
I'm talking about to the public. I put a FOIA request in that you guys denied, and you are the lawyer for the police department outside of I can't think of his name, DC High. So you guys denied my FOIA. I put a FOIA in separately from asking this board, and the FOIA was, I can show it to you on my phone. If I bring something, I'm gonna bring it with the facts. The law department denied my FOIA, so I want to release to the public, not just to the board in a private viewing, release it to the public. If you're gonna tase a pregnant lady, or a white officer is gonna tase a black pregnant lady at a scene where her nephew, her 15-year-old nephew was just killed, release that video to the public.
If I may.
DC.
So, yeah, through the chair, thank you. If I may, that investigation is still pending, that is my understanding, which is why it would not be released through FOIA. However, it is available, and we're not going to wait for the investigation to conclude. We will show it to the board. I did discuss it with professional standards. I did mention the fact that Commissioner Banks specifically requested it to be made available. However, because the investigation is pending, it's not subject to FOIA, but we are going to make it available to the commissioners, and the commissioners can take from that meeting their own conclusions.
Thank you, DC. Next, speak, any other, go ahead, Commissioner Banks.
Yeah, through the chair. DC, I asked for that video about a month ago, though. A month and a half ago, a month ago. Yeah.
Madam Secretary. We can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Through the chair, Madam Chair, I have informed Commissioner Banks of DC Parrish's contact of the 2 available days, because we're speeding towards the holiday.
Okay.
So the availability, as I mentioned to you, the available days, the one this week and the one.
Oh, that's what you was telling me when I walked by?
Yes, sir.
I couldn't hear a word you said.
And through the
I knew you were saying something, but I couldn't, I didn't know, couldn't hear a word you said, though.
Okay,
Yes.
Commissioner Woods?
Through the chair, can you send an email to the entire board and let us know what the available days? It's always good to put it in writing, and so please use official communication when we're talking about something of this magnitude. Thank you very kindly.
And through the chair to Commissioner Banks. Commissioner Banks, just so you know, when you raised it, I did get on the phone with professional standards, wanted to make sure that the video was available, that they had no concerns with playing it. When I told them it was coming from you and as a request from the board, they indicated that they would play it under the circumstance. I do think this is an important video for the board to see, because I think it will clear up the circumstances a little bit more. But to Mr. Jadante Smith's point, because the investigation's pending, we just don't release video through FOIA while investigations are pending, but we will show it to the board.
Pregnant women are very emotional. Pregnant women have lots of.
Okay,
I'm just gonna
you
say
had
this.
your 2 minutes.
So I'm just going to say this. So you there's
Very
no,
quickly,
no
'cause you had your 2 minutes
no
already.
circumstances that you tase a pregnant woman. You de-escalate. That should be the first thing you do with any civilian, especially a pregnant woman. You could have hurt the child, and that would be a forever loss against City of Detroit. That's stupid.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker, please.
Through the chair, I want to say, respond to, I thank you, okay? DC, thank you so much. One trying to challenge you or nothing, but thank you.
Thank you.
You know I got a lot of respect for you, right?
Absolutely. I didn't take it as a challenge. I just wanted to make sure you knew what I did after the request.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you both. Next speaker.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Happy holidays.
I've been living at 628 Delaware for the last, it'll be 8 months on the 25th. Elite Property Management apparently hire second chance workers. So these second chance workers, I have plenty of criminal reports, plenty reports going from OCI. The bottom line is, ex-offenders under Detroit Police Department that have fake names that work for Elite Property Management. And apparently they all connected together because Cheryl Hall and LaShonda Houston resided at 628 Delaware. Okay, so all these incidents I've been having, I've been to the hospital on several different occasions. So the last officer that just graduated like 6 weeks ago from Grady Grace, second chance worker, his name is DeWine Clark. He work at the Third, and it's public record, and I can identify a whole lot of them. I'm tired of my life being in danger because of these ex-offenders, and I'm tired of the illegal corruption that goes on in the city, and you all act like this does not exist, that we do not have ex-offenders on the Detroit Police Department. It's unacceptable when we have rapists, murderers, and all kind of sick this department people. LaShonda Houston work at the Third. I'm tired of bus drivers pulling over, passing me up because officers that I known at 3624 Mack Avenue work at Third. And do I not know how they look, and do I not know they was locked up for murder? Different people are on the Detroit Police Department, and I can identify the people I'm talking about. I'm tired of this, and you all been denying it or act like this have not been going on. I don't know how long this has been going on, but it's not acceptable. When anybody can break inside my apartment, cut my hair, and I got needle marks on me. I'm a very light speaker. That's not acceptable. And these are the type of people you got on the Detroit Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next three speakers will be Mr. Foster, Ms. Smith, and Commissioner-elect Victoria Camille.
Good afternoon, through the chair. Just a few things. I haven't been coming much this last little bit, but I did want to come out and just acknowledge Mr. Moore here, who, as I've witnessed, have always consistently maintained some integrity and speaking out for the community, even with issues that may be black eyes to the city. And so I think that's important that anybody that takes this role understands that their obligation and election duties and everything goes to the people. And when we talk about unions moving forward, I think that it's important to understand that the whole purpose of unions are to protect labor and jobs and things. It's not to protect bad behavior. It's not to emulate a gang itself. It is not to perform as a mob or a mafia. And if law enforcement is conducting themselves in this shape, form, and fashion, then what type of response do you think that you're going to get from this community that is not a part of your gang? And I call it a gang because you're armed. You have a responsibility when you have a firearm. You have a use of force module that you were taught in the academy. And so all of these behaviors is not going to continue to be overlooked when you are in these streets acting and behaving as combatants. And so I just want to speak on retaliation. It's too often that citizens come down to city council and complain about retaliation from law enforcement. That's the last place that person should be feeling or getting retaliated, whether it's through administrative means, those that have powers and administrative powers, or whether it's through physical means. Those things have to be checked and addressed immediately. Fraternization is a big thing. When we look at Mr. Sharon Moore and the hiring processes of familiarity, how damaging they are to a city, how damaging they are to a community, we have to do better moving forward.
Thank you. Any other speakers? You said two more? Oh, yeah. Here you come. Great.
First of all, I didn't know Christmas was next week. So I want to wish every one of you a merry and a safe Christmas with you and your family, and be careful out here. It's been a wonderful day. I'm so proud of all of you. You've moved up And the fact that you brought me back, almost 20 or 30 some years today with being one of the first on the police commissioner. I got really filled up because of the fact when Coleman Young came into office, I happened to be one of his workers that helped open up the campaign. And it was wonderful, and it was definitely a pleasure. And Conrad, I want to take you back. Your daddy, and about please don't interrupt me, young man. Your daddy and your father, Simmons, and I can't think of the rest of the four of them. They were wonderful. I ran the campaign office down on Levard, and they used to come in there and have meetings in there. And when they walked by me at the desk, said, "Good afternoon, young lady. You working hard?" I said, "Yes, sir, I am." And I was so proud of the fact that you grew up going into the court because your father was a good teacher. And those people those days, you wouldn't even know how they really loved this city and what they wanted to do to improve this city, because there was an era of racism with the police department, and when Coleman Young became the mayor, he cut all that out. And the fact is, we have a lovely and very, very, I love the department because they are doing a good job. I can't talk too much now, but the fact is, I love my police department, and until they do wrong, and I'll catch them doing wrong, I'm going to still support them in every way whatsoever. And to all of you on the board, have a beautiful holiday and be safe. Please be safe, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Conrad, you keep up the good work, because I know your dad is proud of you to this day. Thank you, everyone,
you.
and I appreciate even being here.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Next speaker.
Good afternoon, Honorable Police Commissioners.
Good
My name
afternoon.
is Victoria Camille, proud resident of District 7. And first, I would like to thank this board for honoring the late Ron Scott by dedicating the BOPC conference room to his legacy. And may that space be an everlasting reminder to future BOPC cohorts as well as staff that our highest responsibility is to ensure that no one is brutalized by police in our city. And that is our tall order. Next, I would like to thank particularly the outgoing commissioners for your service in this office. This work is not easy, it's under-resourced, and doesn't get the recognition and respect that it deserves. Particularly thank you to those who have stood up and taken the risk to expose and push for accountability when there is misconduct in the department and when systems undermine civilian oversight. A new BOPC will take office in January 2026, and my commitment is to build upon your work and take civilian oversight in Detroit to the next level that is required in these trying times. I wish all of you the best and happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Our next speaker will be Mr. Wilson, and then we'll go into Zoom.
Thank you.
We're doing great.
Good.
My name is Dior Wilson.
Please, speak into the microphone.
My name is Dior Wilson. I came here today to put insight on an incident that happened with me in the Detroit 8th Precinct. I came to the 8th Precinct on February 6, 2025 to discuss a fraud matter with the dealership Twins Auto. I showed them all my paperwork. I had all my information from titles, application of titles, and other state documents. I showed them those documents. They put my police report in under a general non-criminal report. I showed them a lot of discrepancies. I had got a writing analyst done, showing that my signature was forged and altered. They dismissed my complaint. I spoke to Commander Lever about this matter because I went to the mayor's office and spoke to a young lady named Ms. Powell, from the constituous affairs, and they reopened it back up because under MCL 257257, it states in the state of Michigan that anyone alters or forges a certificate of title is subject to a felony, and the DPD A precinct is not holding the Constitution for that, and I lost a vehicle, a 2021 Cadillac Escalade, for the results of that. And also, I went in and talked to Detective Mott. He made a suggestion saying that I had mental health because I came in talking to him about the MCLs, about the law, and I made an OIC report with the Office of Chief of Investigators, and it's still being processed, and it's been over 180 days. I wrote the Chief of Police numerous of times. It's just been an ongoing matter, and I feel like they ain't upholding the Constitution or law.
Go ahead, Commissioner Woods.
Yeah, you have the complaint in there?
Through the chair, yes. The complaint has been filed with the Office of the Chief Investigator, and it has been assigned to one of our investigators.
Okay, that's from this perspective. DC, is there anything that you guys can do to be able to look into that?
And also, my vehicle had 2 liens on it. One from Exeter Finance, which I was paying $583.14 a month to, and one from Chase Auto Finance, which I never had no dealings with. They took the loan out from Texas, Tarrant County. I have all the proper documents. I had the lien release for that. I gave Commander Lever the recordings with Chase saying that Twins Auto paid for the vehicle, and they paid Exeter Finance for the vehicle. They ignored my complaint. I've been doing this since February 5th of 2025. I just recently spoken with someone. They told me to come in here and voice my concerns so someone can help me. I just went to the A precinct on the 13th and spoke to Sergeant Hannis, and he sent me a appointment of agent, like a power of attorney that Twins Auto said that I signed. He sent it to me in the email. It was missing the agent's number or a dealer number on the paper. I asked him. I went to the Secretary of State and got a certified copy, and it was in fact altered. And I came down here, I got the paperwork in hand. I can show you guys, and I just been ignored. And I went to court recently for this matter, and it's in default as we speak now. I go to court February 11th to get out of this contract, and I've still got my car that is missing under conversion to theft. And Detroit police told me they weren't going to do nothing about it, and they dismissed me from this matter.
Okay, DC, were you able to refer him to someone?
Yes, Sergeant Antonio Walker is right behind you. He'll help you out, sir.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're going to go into Zoom. So caller with the last 3 digits, 482. Caller 482.
Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Okay, Eva DeWolf, I want you to
Yes.
stay quiet. I want you to stay quiet while I'm talking.
You have 2 minutes.
Wood. Gerald Wood. Over there, should be to your right somewhere, Willie Bell. And Willie Bell was the chairperson of the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners when Kenesha Coleman, DPD case 20-11112, was murdered by Charmaine McLeod. At the time I talked to that Joker, District 4 Police Commissioner, Willie Bell, just like I'm talking to you. Now, Mark McLeod, who you know from where you was at, Billwood, knows me. You tell Mark McLeod I said that Charmaine McLeod is the one responsible for the injury that caused Kenesha Coleman, DPD case 20-11112. Charmaine did it. Charmaine McLeod is responsible, and it's a whole cover-up of a cover-up. Now, Janice Winfrey is busted. cold busted, blue-handed, blue-faced, busted, cheating in Detroit elections. My word. And the mayor, Michael Edward Duggan, is a cheated-in public official along with the Board of Police Commissioners, elected ones, appointed in by a cheated-in mayor, the city council, and the school board. They done cheated in the school board, and they taking the little kids' money and building tall, shiny buildings and greenways and dog parks, and I don't like it. Can't stand the sugar honey iced tea. So that's why I'm going to turn the whole city of Detroit upside down, and all y'all cheated in public officials in the city of Detroit.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Madam Chair, that is your last speaker.
Okay, thank you. Next item, we have presentations to the board, DPD budget report. Mr. Nazarko. Mr. Nazarko. Okay. Next on the, so we'll wait until next meeting.
Madam Chair, I was not aware he was not going to be present. I will
Okay,
follow
thank
up.
you. Thank you. Our next presentation is Human Resources Bureau Director Katrina Patillo.
4 minutes.
Thank you.
Afternoon through the chair. I'll be presenting the
Thank you.
Human Resources report for the month of November. So the department was currently filled in November at 96%. For sworn, we had a total of 98% filled with 56 vacancies. For professional staff, we had 92% filled with 8% vacancies, 68 vacancies. Police assistants, we were at 91% filled. We had a total of 32 out of 35 filled. For sworn recruiting for the beginning of the fiscal year to November 30th, we had a total of 2,140 applicants. In processing was 555. We had 0 that withdrew, a total of 1,331 archived. We hired 210. Temporary disqualified was 265. Disqualified permanently was 190. And waiting on MCOs was 204. When it comes to the testing, scheduled for the written, we had 218. For the physical agility, we had 223. Appeared, we had a total of 119 for both. Passing, we had 79 that passed the written test, 66%. Physical agility, 77 passed. Failure, we had a total of 40 that failed the written, 42 that failed the 42 that failed the physical agility test. 0 rescheduled, 0 withdrews, 99 no-shows for the written, and 104 for the physical agility. For academy graduates, we did graduate a class of 21. For new hires, we had a total of 49. 40 were officers, 9 were civilians, professional staff. For Detroit residency, we had a total of 600 for Detroit for total sworn, 2,021 for non-Detroiters. Professional staff, we had a total of 391 for Detroiters, 412 for non-Detroiters. Police assistants were 12 for Detroit, 10 for non-Detroiters. And of those numbers, civilian, professional staff, new hires, we had a total of 3 Detroit residents, and for sworn, new hires, we had a total of 6. Student intern program, we had 1 still for the mayor's program. For attrition, we had a total of 18. That was 12 sworn, 6 professional staff. For our leave of absences and restricted, for FMLA continuous, we had 12 for sworn, 6 for professional staff. FMLA intermittent, we had a total of 125 for sworn, 86 for civilian. Paid parental leave, we had 8 for sworn. Medical leave, we had 1 and 1 sworn and civilian. Military, we had a total of 12 for sworn. Restricted, 66 for sworn, 8 for civilian professional staff. Disabled, 35 for sworn, 4 for civilian professional staff. For sick, we had a total of 22 for sworn and 9 civilian professional staff. When it came to the suspensions, we had a total of 28, 27 police officers, 1 sergeant. For monthly separations, we had a total of 12. That was equivalent to 1 retirement, 1 retired with charges, 9 resignations, and 1 resigned under charges. And then for our drop program deferred retirement option, we had a total of 469. In addition to that information, I just want to let you all know that we are partnering with Wayne State Criminal Justice Program. They have an internship program. We will be taking on 18 to 20 of those interns, all juniors and seniors, beginning in January, and they will intern with us until the end of their academic year in April. Our next academy orientation class will be December 29th. We have 4 classes in the academy, a total of 123 students as of right now. Our next class will graduate January 9th. Pending any questions, this concludes my presentation.
Are there any questions? Commissioner Woods?
Yes, as relates to the interns, if BOPC or if OCI is in need of interns, can you help us facilitate that?
So I would have to get with the criminal justice program on that. I do know there's pending 2 other internship programs. One would be the approval of the mayor-elect if they're going to continue the Mayor Fellows program. And the other one we're waiting on is the Grow Detroit Youth Talent Program as well. But I can keep you updated on those.
Okay, but the question is, could you help us facilitate that if we need it?
From Wayne State?
Yeah.
I know the intern coordinator. Yes, I can work on that.
Okay, so that might be something we might want to explore in the future.
Okay, yes, I can do that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Moore?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Director, going back to the MCO situation with the licensing, what were some outcomes that came out of that?
Outcomes meaning on DPD side?
Overall, DPD side, civilian side.
DC, Perry, did you want to speak on that?
Well, why don't we start with an update as to the status of every member that was impacted by that, and then I'll get into the investigation that was conducted.
So as of now, all of the members that are eligible to be placed back on duty has been placed back on duty. There was 4 that was not on duty, and that was due to legal matters, arbitration, pending arbitrations, things like that. But everyone that has been eligible to be placed and cleared, they are back on the street.
And speaking to the investigation, Internal Affairs did investigate the matter, and they did not find misconduct under the circumstances.
So no one was suspended, no one was written up, no one was fired, no one was given an oral reprimand, no supervisors were disciplined, none of that. Internal Affairs had a clear bill of health.
Internal Affairs found that there was insufficient evidence for sustained misconduct.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, thank you for your report.
Appreciate
it. A report from Board Secretary, Ms. Garnier.
Madam Chair, under your tab 6 are the following reports and memorandum that are listed there. A through K, the next board meeting. 2026 will be a community meeting. Thursday, January 8th is the first, BOPC meeting for 2026. It will be held in the 12th precinct at Jesu Catholic School, which is on Oak Drive in Detroit. In February, the community meeting will be in the 11th precinct, and the actual place is under review and will be announced as soon as it's confirmed. But that will be held Thursday, February 12th, 2026, 6:30 p.m. Committee meetings will be determined upon assignments of committee members and the respective committees, and will be posted as soon as possible. That ends the report, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Under unfinished business, we have several motions. One is the BOPC Budget Committee. There's an action item, and I'll read it. By direction of the Budget Committee, I move to approve the BOPC budget submission of $5,018,259,000 for the upcoming 26-27 fiscal year.
Support.
We don't need a second, but all those in favor? I mean, is there any discussion? Everyone had a copy of the budget to review? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. For the next item, motion to, now we have several policy motions. Can we lump them together if you read them all? Okay.
By direction of the Policy Committee, I move to adopt as policy item 7B, Directive 201.11, use of force, detainee injury reporting, investigation. This policy is for our taking over the detention center. By direction of the Policy Committee, I move to adopt as policy item 7C, Directive 204.3, operating while intoxicated. This is a policy that has been in existence for the department forever. By direction of the Policy Committee, I move to adopt as policy item 7D, Directive 305.4, transportation of detainees. This is necessary because we've taken over the management and control of the detention center. By direction of the Policy Committee, I move to adopt as policy item 8A, Directive 202.2, search and seizure. This is an existing policy of the board, and we have reviewed it at length. And then finally, by direction of the Policy Committee, I move to adopt as policy item 8B, Directive 203.15, cell site simulator.
There's also one for search and seizure?
Search and seizure. I mentioned 8A, Directive 202.2, search and seizure.
Madam Chair, some of those items are under unfinished business and others are under new business.
Yes.
So should we break them up separately?
Why don't we do the last two under new business? Commissioner Bernard, the last two that you just said.
I was just trying to
Right,
complete
we
the
were
entire
trying to
Policy Committee report.
Madam Parliamentarian, can we do that? Can we do, or do we have to announce new business?
Because of the way you approve the agenda, Madam Chair, you're going to have to do it the way the
Okay.
agenda reflects.
Okay.
I also want to make sure the commissioners understand that while the motion to adopt these can be one motion, because these stand alone, if anyone wants to pull a policy and vote on it separately, you can do that without a motion.
Okay, thank you. All right, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the motion, let's see, we took two out. 20111, 204.3, 305.4. Okay, so those motions, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those motions are approved. Next, under unfinished business, is the motion to accept the proposed new salary range for Director of Police.
Madam Chair, excuse me, we have to do new business separately. That's what
Yes.
we're doing now, which is.
But no, we're not doing new business. I'm still under unfinished business. Yeah, I
Oh,
still have
understand.
two
You-
items.
Which is business
Yes.
on the agenda.
Right, I have two items left.
Thank you.
Motion to accept the proposed, is there a motion to accept the proposed new salary range for Director of Police Personnel?
As unfinished business by direction of the Personnel and Training Committee, I
Okay.
move to adopt that the board accept the recommendation by the classification and compensation team from KMAC, proposed new salary range for the Director of Police Personnel within DPD to be between $112,628 to $171,906.
Is there any discussion?
Is there a second?
No, we don't need a second. It came out of committee. It's a recommendation.
Oh, there is discussion, Madam Chair. I, for the reasons that we're all, okay, I'm sorry. For the reasons that we're all very familiar with regarding the major faux pas that occurred this year regarding personnel in the police department, where we put 35 people on the street who were not certified. That is directly the personnel director and the personnel department's responsibility. If I was in charge of personnel at General Motors and I put 35 truck drivers on the street to pull our trucks and they weren't certified as truck drivers, I would probably be terminated immediately. There was no action taken whatsoever against the personnel director and no sanction whatsoever of her. This is a major, major issue. I'm hopeful that we don't have any litigation as a result of it, because if we were in court and an officer was not certified by MCO, and they had stopped me or did anything to me, trust me, it would be a major litigation. And the first thing the jury would pay attention to would be the fact that the officer was not certified. So, I don't think the increase is warranted or appropriate.
This motion is not for the increase. This is for the range, to
Yeah, I
approve the
understand.
range,
No.
so.
But the purpose, of course, is to change the compensation. So, I'm opposed to this motion, for all the reasons I've stated.
Thank you. Commissioner Woods.
Yeah, I would say, we had a lengthy Personnel and Training Committee meeting, and it's a gross mischaracterization as relates to what happened in this situation. For you to, for the commissioner to malign the character of the personnel director is almost libelous, and I think you need to be very careful with your words. We have talked to, and if you watched that meeting, we had present there the department Deputy Chief Ha, who gave us a detailed report as to where some of the failures occurred, and it did not occur in that shop. And this is came out of training, and the people that was in training are no longer with the department. The deputy chief was being very, very modest in his presentation as relates to this, but the two people who were identified from training are no longer working for the department, and Director Patilla was absolutely unequivocally clear in that situation, according to Deputy Chief Ha.
Commissioner? Okay, Commissioner Moore or Banks?
I'll take it. So I guess one of my major concerns is we never received a report. The department was investigating our director of personnel / personnel bureau, but we never received a report, or did we?
No, we did not.
No, we had a verbal presentation in our Personnel and Training Committee meeting.
Is there a written report, Deputy Chief?
That's a good question.
There is a written report, sir.
And how come we don't have it?
I can't answer that, sir. I apologize, I can't answer that.
Madam Chair.
Chair.
Commissioner Banks and then Commissioner Bernard.
Through the chair, if I can answer we did ask for the report to be released to the public as relates to all of the findings in that situation during the Personnel and Training Committee meeting. And how that went up the chain, that's supposed to be articulated up the chain that report be released.
Well, see, through the chair, I just think that would reduce a little bit of the tension, so to speak. Because if it's not a written report and everything's done in darkness, we're back to square one. Because I would love to agree to this, but however, I haven't received a report already.
Commissioner Banks and then
Yeah.
Commissioner Bernard.
Something like that need to be displayed to the whole board. We all need to know about that, because there were 36 officers suspended, something like that. We all should know. It should be beyond a committee. It should come to the full board. Well, we know this. The full board need to know this, because livelihoods is at stake here. And now that I heard this, that I was for Ms. Patello. Now that I heard this, that we don't have the full report. Hey, you understand what I'm saying? I got to go with what's right over what I'm not sure of. I got to go with what's right.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Bernard?
Not only was there no report, there was a private meeting held that Commissioner Woods had with 3 or 4 other commissioners. He denied both myself and our former vice chair the ability to attend. As you know, we were both instructed not to come in. Tamara Liberty Smith, because of concerns maybe about about a quorum, but it wouldn't have mattered had it been an open meeting in the first place. But beyond that, it's just we are a business. We are a nearly $6 million corporation. The department is a $660 million entity. This is unthinkable in business or in industry that you put 35 lawyers in a courtroom who aren't licensed lawyers, for example. Without the approval of the judge or the court. This is unbelievable to me as a business person. Secondly, we gave Ms. Patella, the chief did before he left, Chief White, a $40,000 raise. That we had nothing to do with, we were not apprised of, or anything else. So, I don't think that the performance in this particular matter merits an increase in the parameters for the salary, or any other remuneration of any kind whatsoever. This is unthinkable, and I don't know if there anything happened while these officers were on the street, but the mere exposure that we have legally as a result of it is unbelievable.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Banks.
Is that true, a $40,000 pay raise?
Yes, it's true. Fight me.
She said it's not true. If we can have, through the chair, if we can have the director even speak for herself too. But let me say this, Commissioner Moore and all the commissioners who were in those meetings know that it is absolutely false that we had people excluded from meeting. She understood as a lawyer that you cannot violate the Open Meetings Act, and so that because of the nature of this situation, we all needed to get the information, so we had to split in two.
You invited your four.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Who would approve what you wanted to do?
Excuse me. We had two groups meeting so that we would not violate the quorum, so that they can ask the director any question that they wanted to ask of the director. This wasn't a decision-making process, but this was an informational setting to be educated onto exactly what happened from her vantage point. And so it was absolute falsehood to say that.
I don't make false
Through the chair.
Through the chair, Commissioner
Through the
Banks.
chair.
It's absolutely false, and you can ask Tamara Liberty Smith, who's sitting next to you, if we were not barred from the room.
Commissioner Banks.
I'm sorry.
Now,
Commissioner Banks had his hand up,
Okay.
then I'll come to you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
through the chair. Now, Vice Chair Woods, I'm sorry, can you prove and back that up that everybody was accepted? You denied no one from coming in the room. This is, I hate to go further in this, but I can't just hear this and then don't touch it.
No, you can touch it all that you want.
I'm going to do that.
Chair, the Commissioner Moore would tell you exactly what happened. Commissioner Smith was right there. Yeah.
That's hey.
Because I was in the meeting.
Right.
I know what was said, but my question is, it should have still been a filtering of the written report afterwards.
I get that part.
So that's the only concern I had.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to violate the Open Meetings Act, and there were groups of commissioners.
So
Okay.
through the chair, can we just postpone this matter until we get a report?
Thank you.
Well, I make a motion.
Yeah.
that
I
we
second.
Okay,
postpone
we
this
have,
matter.
excuse me.
Madam Chair?
Yes, Madam Parliamentarian, we have a motion on the
Cannot
floor.
postpone this matter beyond the next regular meeting of the board. You cannot postpone it to a report. It can only be postponed to the next regular meeting of the board, which I believe is January the 8th, something like that.
Okay. So,
If the board is concerned about getting a report, quote unquote, what the board could do is refer this matter back to committee and ask the committee to get the report and bring this matter back. Now, the Board of Commissioners could do that, but if the motion is to postpone, it cannot be postponed beyond your next regular meeting. Based on what the parliamentarian is hearing, it seems as if the concern about the report is connected to this motion to approve the increase in the salary range.
Yes.
So while there could be an argument that they're not related, there could equally be an argument that they are related. And what the parliamentarian would then advise that as if the report is something that the board feels it needs before it can vote on the salary range, that you refer this matter back to the committee and with the requirement that the report of what happened with the certification would be brought back to the board once they are ready. Now that the board could do, but you can't postpone it beyond your next regular meeting, which is in January. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to
So
make that
moved.
motion?
That
Okay.
that the matter be referred back to the committee.
Yes.
For a report.
For a report.
Okay. It's
Madam
been-
Chair, if I might.
Yes.
So I just want
The
to,
parliamentarian would advise that the report that you want is specific. There are going to be 6 of you gone at the next meeting.
That's right. Everyone
Don't
who's
want the new
asking for
commissioners
it.
to not understand exactly what is being required here.
Okay.
the other
Corporation
point,
Counsel?
Madam Chairperson, that I wanted to make is that this is going to be talking about employee discipline
Yes.
and personnel matters. We are governed by Bulletin and Plawicki, state law in this matter, which gives all of the persons associated with this matter confidential privilege. So when the report comes to the Personnel Committee, it needs to be confidential. When it comes to the board, it needs to remain confidential. It is not public information. So the board certainly should be educated. They should make whatever decision that they want. This is a privileged document, and you are going to have in your hands, you know, the potential job future of the persons whose performance is going to be discussed in this document. So I would just urge that we manage this document when you all get it with great caution and care.
And Corporation Counsel, would that mean we would go into closed session then? To discuss, I mean, because of its confidentiality?
You would have, go into closed session to discuss this personnel matter with the Personnel Committee. That's correct.
Okay.
Madam Chair, this is the parliamentarian
Yes.
again. Given the comments by Corporation Counsel Mallett, the parliamentarian would also like to make the observation that often there are members of the public who are present at committee meetings. And if
Yes,
it is,
that's true.
if this matter then is going to come up at a committee meeting, based on what the Corporation Counsel just said, it is confidential in the meeting as well as in the board.
That's correct.
And that if there are non-board members present when this matter is discussed with the committee, they would have to be excused from the room while this matter is being discussed.
Which would mean, Madam Chairperson, that according to Open Meetings, you would have Open Meetings Act. You would have to schedule that. You would have to inform the public that on whatever day the Personnel Committee is ready to receive the report, that some portion of the meeting will be closed so that the personnel matters can be discussed. Same thing when it comes to the Board of Police Commissioners. We would schedule it, and then the secretary this would come under a closed session.
Great. And then under closed session, it would also mean staff could not be present, correct? It would just be the board?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we need to clarify. You took some notes, Madam Secretary, or you? Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner?
Yes, so my concern, so with the committee, what committee, when we're all gone?
Yeah.
So you have to select a new committee.
She and I on the committee, so that's a quorum there.
Well, it wasn't a quorum when you told me the other day it wasn't one. Wasn't one.
But we made sure we had 3. We had 3 the hard way. 2 is a quorum.
Well, that's not what you said the other day.
Yeah, because I had to get you out of the bed. No, come on, her bed.
No, her bed.
I was sick with the flu.
Okay, okay, let's.
You need to clean that up, Commissioner Wood.
I just did.
Okay. So we have a motion, order please, we have a motion It has been seconded. And we're in discussion, correct? Any other? Any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. The motion was to refer it back to the Personnel Committee.
We were talking about the original motion was to approve the new schedule, the new compensation schedule. That's the motion that was on the floor, that we were having discussion about. Remember?
She just made a motion.
Oh, I know, but we were in the middle of the discussion on the motion to change the compensation schedule. That's what we were talking about.
Okay. Madam Parliamentarian, we need some direction, please. We were in discussion on the motion to accept the proposed new salary range. When,
That motion has been referred back to committee.
okay.
That,
Well-
so let me make sure the parliamentarian is clear. Did the motion on the salary range, who made that motion? Did that come from committee?
That
or
came
was that
from
an
committee.
individual?
It was a recommendation from committee.
Okay, so you are referring that motion back to the personnel committee, along with the requirement that a report on what happened with the certification of the officers, that those matters would be reviewed by the committee and a report prepared. And that because, as the Corporation Counsel advised, this is a personnel matter, it is confidential. And Corporation Counsel, I believe the Open Meetings Act says you need permission of the individual.
Yeah.
Is that required in this instance, or is that assumed?
You need permission of the individual if you want to make it open.
I think you need permission if you're going to do it.
At all?
I think you need permission. I think you need permission to do it in closed session, but you're the attorney. Your parliamentarian will, obviously concede to you. But you may want to confirm that. I believe the Open Meetings Act says you need permission to discuss it in closed session. But in either case, this matter is being referred back to the Personnel Committee, along with the requirement that the report on what occurred with the certification of the officers would be prepared and presented back to the board. That's the parliamentarian's understanding of the motion.
And can I just clarify, we're talking about two motions, one for the salary range change and one for the increase in salary. There were two motions that were going to be recommended.
The parliamentarian's understanding is that both matters are being referred back to the committee
Okay,
because they are related.
exactly.
Madam
Thank you.
Chair, it's
You
my
can't do one without the other.
Yes.
as a
okay.
result of the last increase that I
So
referenced.
that's an indivisible issue.
It is, it
There's
is.
no point in improving the increase if you don't improve the
No.
salary range. You
No.
can't divide that.
Madam Parliamentarian, what I'm saying is that the Board of Police Commissioners had no say-so whatsoever in the last increase. That was done singularly by the chief of the department. We had nothing to do with it. There was no evaluation by the board, there was nothing. The personnel director, it's my understanding, works for the chief, does not work for us. So that's not the issue, I mean, for me. The issue in terms of changing the salary range would allow the chief to therefore change the salary. That's my understanding of how this works with respect to HR.
Then the parliamentarian is confused about the notion that there is a motion on increasing the salary of the HR director if that is not something that comes under the Board of Police Commissioner authority. Can someone please clarify that for the parliamentarian?
It's a motion, wait, it's a motion to accept the chief's recommendation for a salary increase. That's what the motion is.
Through the chair, can we move on? The personnel director want to.
Through the chair, if I may. The last time that I was given a raise, this board, maybe not these commissioners, voted on it. It was a public meeting. There was a letter written by James White himself to the chairman of the board asking for an increase. It was not $40,000, and you all should have that on the record through the minutes of that particular day when it was done, and it would tell you what the amount of that raise was.
Thank
The
you.
market survey that was done through a nationwide market survey that comes from the city HR, City of Detroit, not DPD. So the market range basically was their reflection of my position compared to nationwide other directors of this. The range is the range of the classification. Then the chief asked for, based on that range, an increase in salary. So to make the record clear, the last time I was given a raise, it was not $40,000. But this board should have the minutes of what they approved. It wasn't 30,000. It was probably somewhere around about 5,000. So I would
Okay.
ask that the,
Excuse me, aren't we getting into personnel, too deeply into personnel information?
Salaries are a matter of public information for public employees.
Well,
Madam Chair, if-
Corporation Counsel just said we have to go into closed
Well,
session.
no, but that was, so actually, and let me pay homage to the parliamentarian. I'm looking right at the law as appeared in the book that all of you have.
Yes.
And it says the closed session is at the request of the person who is subject to the discussion. So she was correct in that, but the direction that she's given you, I still believe is exactly that which should be followed. This matter should be referred back to the Personnel Committee. The report then can be produced, which can be examined by the Personnel Committee. If the person who's the subject of the report or wants it in a closed session, that should be communicated to the Personnel Committee before that it meets, so that you can do the necessary pre-notification of when the meeting is going to be held and when the closed session is going to occur. Okay, so,
All right.
but that really, none of that has anything, but the parliamentarian is 100 jillion% correct in her observation. But the recommendation that she made, I do believe will facilitate the discussion that you all are having now. That is whether or not the range is appropriate for the moment. The personnel director has pointed out how it is that it came to be. There is a surrounding framework of the discussion of the MCOS matter that the committee wants to hold. She'd have that, and if they want to, and the people who are in the report requested to be held in a closed session, that's their right, and that's what should occur.
and
Thank
through
you.
the chair, if I may add one
Yes,
more note.
go ahead.
Commissioner Bernard, you said that the chief did it. The chief did not. The board voted to approve the last raise. And I would ask that you would find the minutes from that, because you would see that the board at the time approved the recommendation that came from former Chief White.
So I'm looking, Madam Chairperson, at a letter dated May 8th, 2023, to the chairperson of the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners, where the chief recommends that Director Patello's pay be modified from $133,713 to $140,451. She's absolutely correct. It was not $40,000, and this was a matter that was voted on by this board.
Okay,
Through the
thank
chair.
you. Commissioner.
Yeah, and I find,
Commissioner
excuse
Woods,
me.
Commissioner Woods, and then Commissioner Banks.
Excuse me.
Did you have your hand on?
Yeah, excuse me. And we all received a package, a total package as relates to this matter in terms of the compensation. We had a thick packet before, but from the chief, based upon his recommendation. But I want to personally apologize to you, Director Patillo. I'm sorry that you had to endure that type of treatment. You deserve to be treated fairly. And I call balls and strikes, and we are here to be fair to everyone. And I'm so upset right now that you got treated in this type of way. You should not be treated like that.
Okay, Commissioner Banks?
Through the chair, Vice Chair Woods, nobody was mistreating her. We have a right to challenge that. When that stuff got on the floor about the 35 officers that were suspended because no certification, we have a right to challenge that. That can be, and that's challengeable. That's challengeable. You shouldn't, you know that.
Yeah, through the chair, if I may.
Unless you can clear that all that
One
up.
at a time.
Unless you
One at a
clear all
time.
that up.
Please, one at a time.
We're talking one at a time.
No,
Let me say this. The fact of the matter is, I'm not talking about that. When you say that she received a $40,000 raise.
I didn't say she received.
I'm not talking about you, sir.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
I'm listening. Go ahead. You got the flow?
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that she has been attacked saying about $40,000 raises, which was a lie. All these lies that's being told is not right. No one should be lied upon. It should be about truth and facts. And she didn't deserve any of that. She didn't deserve any of that.
Okay, Commissioner
First
Bernard.
of all, I apologize for my misstatement, and thank you for bringing that memo to bear. I had forgotten about it. As I recall the discussion with White and with his staff, it was my understanding it was 40,000. I don't recall the memo, but thank you for, the memo speaks for itself. And so I stand corrected on that. However, my core issue about tremendous misfeasance regarding the hiring of 35 officers on the streets of the city of Detroit is significant and serious, and it would not be allowed in any business, company, or city that I'm aware of without some sort of repudiation, if you will, of the person who made that decision. It's just it's totally unacceptable.
Okay, I'm
Madam
going to
Chair.
call for the vote. All those in favor
We
of...
already voted.
Oh, we did? Lost track with all the talking.
I apologize for
I'm
that.
sorry,
Okay.
I couldn't unmute
Madam Chair,
fast
if I
enough
may.
to let you know that you had already voted
Okay, thank you.
on this matter.
Thank you, Madam Parliamentarian. Okay, it's being referred back.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes,
I understand
DC.
we want to move on, but I've got to clear up something. I want to reiterate for the public benefit that Internal Affairs conducted a thorough investigation. There was no malfeasance, misfeasance, or nonfeasance. The issue, the mechanical issue, began as early as 2019, okay? And it was, the issue was over-reporting between the two entities, DPD and MCOLS. 2019 is before Director Patillo was here, before Captain Shell was overtraining, before then Captain over-recruiting, Darshell Brown was here, okay? There was a leak in a pipe that was unnoticed until it came to a head, and I want to emphasize this point. Director Patillo and her team found the issue. Nobody else did, she did. And that is what is expected of a director. She found the leak, and she took immediate measures to fix it, and that is the role of an executive in the Detroit Police Department. It is the role of the Director of Police Personnel. So I didn't want to speak and intrude on board business, but so much has been said, something had to be put on the record as far as accurately accounting for what happened. Director Patillo fixed the issue. She did not cause the issue. Nobody here in DPD right now caused that issue.
Thank you. Wait, I have a comment, please. Thank you for clarifying that, DC. But again, if we had it in writing, we wouldn't even
Right.
be discussing
Right,
this.
right.
So that will be very important to the continuation of this discussion,
I
is getting it in writing. Okay, Commissioner Moore, and then Commissioner Banks.
I'll be very brief. Deputy Chief, who does the director report to? Isn't it a bifurcated role, wouldn't you say?
I defer to the charter, which indicates that the Director of Police Personnel serves at the pleasure of the board.
Okay. So we didn't find out about it, at least I didn't find out about it till the media stuck a camera in my face. So that role, that reporting role, if she fixed it, I'm not disagreeing with that. We should have known about it sooner than we did.
Commissioner Banks, and then DC.
Yeah, Deputy Chief, we need that report. That's what we need. That'll clear everything up. I mean, I know you're a man of integrity and all of that, but we need the report. We need to look and see of a report.
Thank you,
that
Commissioner.
what you're saying is true.
I don't think it's going to be
Thank
this
you. Wait,
week.
Commissioner. No, it's
Huh?
not.
What you say
It's
now?
not. It's not going to be this week. That's
no,
why we're
I'm
referring
not-
it back to committee. Commissioner Smith, did you have your hand up? I'm sorry. Anybody else? Anybody else? Commissioner Woods? Okay.
Oh, one more.
We're going to move forward
Through the chair.
under new business.
We got
Oh,
one more.
Commissioner Banks?
I mean, in the last 10, 15 minutes, this meeting really heated up. It took a turn.
Yes, it did.
It took a turn.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Portillo, for clearing that up as well, and DC, thank you. Did you have something else that you wanted to say, DC?
No, I hear the board loud and clear. I
Okay.
will elevate the request for the report to be released. I don't see any reason why it can't be released. I'm glad the board, at least the subcommittee, did get a briefing on it. And like I said, I normally don't intrude on a vote with the department's commentary, but after everything that was said, I felt obligated to make sure that we got clarity into the record.
Thank you. Now we're moving to new business, and this is where we have the other two policy directives. Commissioner Bernard, that you wanted to approve?
New policy?
202.2 and 203.15.
You have your two, because mine is. Thank you. Okay, under new business, we have, the, motion to accept chief of, no, we already did that. Motion to adopt as policy, Directive 202.2, search and seizure, and a motion to adopt as policy Directive 203.1515, cell site simulator, and finally, a motion to incorporate into the Detroit Police Department's recommended language to ensure compliance with all standards established by the Michigan Law Enforcement Accreditation Program, MLEAC, and to post the language as a supplement to the Detroit Police Department. The department is attempting to get accreditation, which several departments throughout the state of Michigan have that we don't have. So we want to make it clear, and the deputy chief brought this to our attention. It's his initiative now to try to get the Detroit Police Department accredited. So these are the three motions that I would move for the board to accept. At one other point, I'd also like to note for the record that we have had the assistance of Judge Miller in terms of reviewing these policies as a jurist. And obviously she reviewed as well the judicial handbook on these issues. So now that policies are tight, I think our police officers, in terms of what we're going to be doing in terms of search, seizure, testimony, etc., will be far better. And I appreciate what you did as well. He has mandated that his department review the entire video so that they will know what to do and what not to do. It's really, really good.
So this is a recommendation from the committee, correct?
Correct.
Correct. All right. Is there any discussion?
Quickly, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Two quick questions, Deputy Chief. The first one is, as it relates to cell site simulators, that's not your shop per se that oversees that, correct?
No, my units write the policy. The cell site simulator is going to operate out of the Major Crimes Division.
Which is your homicide, sex crimes?
Homicide, sex crimes,
Okay.
yes.
And the second question is, I see you trying to get the MLEAC certification. How come you didn't go for CALIA?
CALIA is a much more robust certification.
Could you explain what CALIA means for the community?
Absolutely. So CALIA is a nationally recognized accreditation system, and it has over 400 standards that have to be complied with, whereas the MILIAC requirements is only, I believe it's just under 200. I think it's like 198 or something in that range. So we're starting with MILIAC. We will proceed with CALIA, and if I could just clarify that the board adopting the MILIAC standards and the corresponding policy language that we have submitted in your board, and that is contained in the binder, is a significant step because that brings us into policy compliance with the MILIAC standards, and that's the key. We're getting policies approved today. Policy compliance with the MILIAC standards, then we get to go into phase 2, which is actually demonstrating to the MILIAC Council by collecting proofs that not only do we have the policies in place, but the practices match the policy. So we're approving policies today to bring us into the MILIAC standards by way of the supplement that Commissioner Bernard talked about. Then we move into phase 2, and that's auditing, ensuring compliance. When we hit those two thresholds, DPD can ask to be reviewed by the commission, and they will, with the right amount of effort, approve us, and we will be certified with Miliac, and then we will proceed to CALIA.
DC Miliac stands for,
Michigan Law Enforcement Accreditation Council, if I'm not mistaken.
okay,
Yes.
thank you. Any other questions?
And Commissioner Menard, thank you for your support, and thank you for working with us on the policies over the past year. I really do appreciate it, Commissioner.
Yes.
You didn't always give me what we wanted, but you always gave us what we needed. Thank you.
I'm on the committee.
Attorney Parrish.
I'm on the committee with Commissioner Bernard, and she does a very thorough, diligent job of working on the policies. And she brought in Judge Cynthia Miller to help us, and the judge stayed with us 4 hours on Monday.
Wow.
So that we could get this, from 4 to 8. So, okay, all those in favor,
Go
go ahead.
Chair, could I ask
DC.
a question? Did the motion that Commissioner Bernard make only adopt the standards? If so, could we just adopt the policy language corresponding to the standards to the motion, if that's okay?
Right. Yeah, you didn't have the sheet that you had that says recommended by the committee. It had all of that. Okay, so the motion, I'm going to take a vote now, I believe. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And now, I need a motion to go into closed session pursuant to the Section 81A of the Open Meetings Act, MCL 15268A, the department's request for the board to consider administrative leave without pay, but with medical benefits for police officer Eric Hollis, badge 4207, assigned to child abuse. I need a motion.
So moved.
It's been moved and supported. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. We're in closed session and recess for 3 minutes.
Support.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask for a roll call, please.
Commissioner DeWash,
Present?
Commissioner Wood,
Present.
Commissioner Bernard, Commissioner Banks, Commissioner Bell,
Present.
Commissioner Burton,
Present.
Commissioner Carter, Commissioner Jones,
Present.
Commissioner Moore,
Present.
Commissioner Smith.
Present.
8 present, Madam Chair.
Thank you. What is the pleasure of the board? Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we support the chief's recommendation, suspension of without pay and medical benefits.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Bell. Is there a second? It's been seconded by Commissioner Moore. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying, do we need a roll call for this? Okay, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Wood,
Yes.
Commissioner Bernard, Commissioner Banks, Commissioner Bell,
Yes.
Commissioner Burton,
Yes.
Commissioner Carter, Commissioner Jones,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner DeWash.
Yes.
8 votes, Madam Chair.
Okay, the motion carries. The motion passes. All right, now I will entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Section 81A of the Open Meetings Act, MCL 15268A, the department's request for the board to consider administrative leave without pay, but medical benefits for police officer Colton Allen, badge 1172, assigned to the 11th precinct. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Wood, supported by Commissioner Moore to go into closed session. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate, yes.
Sorry. What is his badge number?
1172?
on this report in our office memorandum, the badge number says 3423.
Okay, I'm not sure which one is right.
The badge number on the report says badge 3423.
I'm sorry.
Clarification.
We're speaking to which?
Colton Allen.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Badge 1172?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're all set.
I'm reading
Okay, we're in discussion right now. Any other discussion? We're going into closed session for the second one. We voted yes. It was approved. Yes, it was approved. It was unanimous. No, but it was
All in
past
favor?
2
All in
minutes.
favor?
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we're in closed session
Yeah, right.
for 2 minutes. Recess. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask for a roll call, please, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner DeWalsh?
Present.
Commissioner Bell?
Present.
Commissioner Burton?
Present.
Commissioner Carter? Commissioner Jones?
Present.
Commissioner Moore?
Present.
Commissioner Smith?
Present.
7 present, Madam Chair.
Thank you. What is the pleasure of the board, please?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that Officer Allen be carried administration leave without pay but with medical benefit according to Chief's recommendation.
Okay.
Support.
It's been moved by Commissioner Bell, supported by Commissioner Jones, that we approve the chief's recommendation. Is there any discussion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, roll call. We'll need a roll call.
Let's see. Sorry. Commissioner Bell?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Commissioner Burton?
Yes.
Commissioner Carter? Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWalsh?
Yes. The
7 yea votes.
Thank you. The motion has passed. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, everyone. Thank you for staying this late. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.